Welcome to the Restaurant Show. I'm your host, Justin Riley. Stick around because we've got a great show with some fantastic locally made food. We're going to be joined by our friends from Club Tavern. They're going to talk about their Salmon Benedict and their Bloody Marys. It's great food and they use all fresh ingredients. Plus, we're going to look back at a couple of recent visits from Rosie's Coffee Bar and Bakery and New Glarus Bakery. It's all coming up right here on the Restaurant Show, where we stop by the best restaurants in town so you can skip the rest and enjoy the best. We'll tell you where to eat coming up right here on the Restaurant Show. Welcome back to the Restaurant Show. Cookie lovers out there, take note because you'll want to stick around for this segment. I'm joined now by Angela Neff from New Glarus Bakery, and guess where? New Glarus. How are you, Angela?
Good, Justin. Good to see you again.
Always good to see you. And obviously cookies. We're talking sugar cookies today.
Correct, yes.
Homemade.
Yes.
From scratch.
Yes.
You wouldn't have it any other way.
Nope, we wouldn't have it any other way.
So we're gonna not just talk about sugar cookies, but talking about dipped sugar cookies that have been dipped in white chocolate.
Correct.
So let's talk a little bit about that. What kinds of white chocolate are there, and what can you use to dip? What do you use to dip your cookies in?
All right, we actually use a Swedish white chocolate coating. It's got the real deal, the white chocolate in there, but there's also some oils that have been pre-added for stability. Mm-hmm. There's the real white chocolate out there where you have to temper it, so there's some sensitivity with temperatures in there. And then at Christmas time, you see like the ambrosia, you know, the blocks that you can find at the grocery store. Mm-hmm. Those are also a coating. And then there's an almond bark, and almond bark is flavored with almond flavor. Sure. So there's different types of coatings that you can definitely use for your cookies. Mm-hmm. We tend to use the white chocolate in our cookies because it has a better flavor. Okay. Instead of using like a royal icing or a decorator's icing, but we do use a decorator's icing in order to color them up.
Okay, all right. So this is not a one-size-fits-all type of thing. There's different ways that you can do this, and you certainly have picked your way based on flavor, it sounds like.
Correct. Sugar cookies with white chocolate. Who doesn't like white chocolate? So,
right?
Yeah. So what we have here today, we've pre-dipped ice cream cone cutout cookies.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then we have our daisies.
All right.
And the ice cream cones have been dipped in a white chocolate and a little bit of a dark chocolate to give it a milk chocolate look.
Okay, sure.
So what we're going to do is we're going to finish these guys off. I've got some pink white chocolate currently. Okay. And I have my handy dandy trusty candy thermometer.
Okay, so what's the readout for me here?
The readout for you, you're 91 degrees right now.
That's 6 degrees warmer than it was just a few minutes ago.
Exactly.
So it's heating up here in the studio.
Exactly.
So what temperature does it need to be at in order for it to work?
Right now, the white chocolate here, because I microwaved it earlier, it's still sitting at about 119 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, okay. Well, it should be around the 98 to 105 mark. Okay. You definitely want to watch your temperatures and times in the microwave, and you want to do it as slow as you possibly can.
Right. Because it scorches otherwise, is my understanding.
Exactly. One perception has always been that you use a double boiler plate, you know, with the water boiling underneath and then the chocolate on top. Yeah. You want to keep your chocolate away from water, any moisture, as far away as you can, otherwise it can actually seize the chocolate, and everybody knows what seized chocolate looks like. It's chunky, it's hard, it doesn't mix, it doesn't remelt. Right. Yeah, and you got to be careful too with your white chocolate in the microwave because you could actually burn it. Right. You find out your hot spots in your microwave very, very quickly.
Right, yeah.
So right now we're sitting at about 119 degrees Fahrenheit. It's kind of bouncing between the two, and I've already stirred it up. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, there's a two-part process to this cookie. We've already put one layer of chocolate on. Okay. So we're going to finish this guy off.
Now, do you typically, when you once you're done dipping, do you put them in the refrigerator or some sort of place where it's cooler than room temperature to get it to harden?
Room temperature is fine. Okay. And to decorate it, you want to decorate it shortly after it's been dipped. Okay. You want the sprinkles to hold. Okay. So I'm going to take just the very end part, and we're going to make the faux ice cream on top.
So this is the ice cream.
This is the ice cream. So I'm going to do like a kind of a swirl kind of method.
Look at that. Oh, that looks nice.
Yeah.
How cute. You know, and if it would have been just me, obviously you've done this before, I would have just, dipped it vertically in and then taken it out, and there would have been ice cream on both sides.
And you can very well do that. You
Okay.
could definitely do that. We do that at Christmas time with our butter spritz cookies. We dip them in dark chocolate.
Oh, really?
So we
Okay.
do
Wow,
ribbons. We call the finger cutout. They actually look like fingernails. And then we dip them with dark or white chocolate at the ends. So.
And that's what I love about what you guys do at New Glarus. There's so many different types of ethnic bakery items, confections, and whatnot that are just, there's such a rich tradition behind them, and you really do them in the most authentic way possible, which is very, very cool.
We do. And the cutout cookies that you see here are all hand cut. We don't use our cookie machine for those.
Okay, hand cut. How about that?
Exactly.
So it's June. June Dairy Month is going on. What are you guys doing for June Dairy Month?
June Dairy Month, we definitely say thank you to all of our farmers. Everything in the bakery is not possible without our farmers, from fruits, nuts to flour, meats, all that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My brother's been a farmer for as long as I've been around. So yeah. My kudos off to all the farmers who work their tail feathers off every day that make our bakery possible.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
We one of our favorite things to do for June Dairy Month is to make our signature udder bread. We take our traditional Swiss bread and we form it in the shape of an udder.
Oh, that's cute.
Literally, yeah.
Udder bread.
Udder bread, yep.
So if somebody says, I don't want this bread, I want the udder bread?
The other bread, yep, exactly. But all of our pastries and our cool creamy fridge desserts with our signature buttercream icing, from our buttercream filled donuts all the way to our layered desserts and signature cakes as well, is definitely highlighted for the month.
Nothing off the table for June Dairy Month. And then Taste of New Glarus is coming up on June 24th. What do you guys got going on for that?
Yep. The street in front of the bakery is blocked off, and many of the restaurants and the shops bring something out from their shops to, celebrate Taste of New Glarus. And then for us, we have our cake bounce house in front, which we hand out wooden nickels to all the kids for $1 a ride, and then they come in the bakery and they get a cookie. And it's kind of fun because the kids kind of get to play a little game of poker because they, keep their chips in a stack and then come in and exchange them for their cookies. It's cute.
That's very cool. That's very cool. And we're literally out of time, but I just want to make sure that everybody knows that July 1st through July 31st is Christmas in July.
Correct.
In New Glarus. So head on down there and give you a call, and you can have some specials going on for that time.
Yep. You receive $5 off your pre-ordered loaf of Holiday Stollen that becomes available November 1st.
Awesome. Well, Angela and Neff, thank you so much for coming on. We'll have to decorate these next time.
Exactly.
Don't go away. There's more Restaurant Show coming up after the break. Coming up next on the Restaurant Show, something special with Rosie's Coffee Bar and Bakery. Hey folks, welcome back to the Restaurant Show. With me now is Kaz Scaife from Rosie's Coffee Bar and Bakery. How are you, Kaz?
I'm fine, thanks.
Awesome. Good to have you with us. You're looking all dolled up. That's awesome.
Thank you.
So you brought somebody with you today. Who is this?
Yeah, this is my nephew, Richard.
Hi, Richard. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Awesome. We're doing good. We're doing well. It's always a good day in the Restaurant Show. And Richard, you are co-owner of High Point Steakhouse that is out in Ridgeway. Is that correct?
Yep.
Awesome. Yep. Awesome. So today it sounds like we're going to be talking a little bit about something a little bit newer concept. We talk about pairing wines with cuts of meat and things like that, but today we're talking about pairing desserts with cuts of meat.
Yes.
So that'll be awesome. How long has High Point Steakhouse been over in Ridgeway?
It's been in Ridgeway since 1938. Kind of started back in the Prohibition with the traditional supper club thing of bootlegging alcohols, and then it was a dance hall, and now we have it and continuing the tradition.
Okay, well, good. Yep. Good. And things are going well out there for you?
Yep.
Awesome.
Very well.
Awesome. So let's talk a little bit about the cuts of meat, because you've obviously got one that's on the pan right now. But let's talk about what we have here on the plate. What are these different cuts of meat that we're looking at?
We've got 4 different cuts on the thing. This right here is the top sirloin.
Top sirloin.
And then the middle one here is the porterhouse. Okay. And then on the far end, we've got a filet, tenderloin, and then we have a New York strip.
Okay, so that's New York strip.
Yep.
And then what do we have?
We have a ribeye cooking in the pan, and we'll pair that with the dessert here in a little bit.
All right, very good. Well, let's talk about how to pair some of these with these different desserts. But first, Kaz, why don't you tell our viewers exactly what we're looking at here?
So we make all the desserts at Rosie's Coffee Bar and Bakery, and they are served at the High Point Steakhouse.
Okay.
They're on the menu. We have the flourless chocolate cake We have our Kahlua caramel cheesecake, we have our carrot cake, and we have our peanut butter mousse cake.
Very good, very good. You stole my heart with peanut butter mousse. So
Very good.
So there's two places then that we can get Rosie's desserts. So
There sure
at Rosie's
is.
Coffee Bar and then over at the High Point Steakhouse. So
Yes.
that's pretty cool. So what pairs well with each cut of meat here? Let's kind of get into the nitty-gritty of it here.
So we feel that the top sirloin pairs really well with the flourless chocolate cake, and that's because it's a richer dessert and a richer cut of meat.
Okay.
We also believe that the filet pairs well with the carrot cake. And those
Okay.
are two, then the reason is because they're just a little bit lighter.
Okay.
And then the ribeye, which is cooking right now, pairs really well with the peanut butter mousse cake. And the reason is because of all the marbling. There's a lot of extra like fat marbling in
Oh, sure.
the peanut butter, or in the ribeye, which also goes well with the peanut butter mousse. And then we also, because cheesecake originated in New York, the New York strip pairs well with the Kahlua caramel cheesecake.
Okay, well, great. What can you tell us a little bit about the different types of flavors that are, because obviously this all comes from the same animal.
Yep.
So what are the different types of flavors that people can expect with these different cuts of meat?
Well, let's start with the ribeye. The ribeye's more of a fattier steak. It's got a kernel in it. It does, and
Yeah.
it's really full of flavor and juicy, and it's my personal favorite cut. And then you have the top sirloin, which is here again, and that is your richest flavor.
Okay.
Or your boldest flavor, beefier, but it can also at times be the tougher cut of all of them.
Okay. Okay.
And then you have a filet over there, and that's your most tender cut of meat, very sought after for tender. And then your New York strip is just a good juicy steak as well.
Okay.
And then you get your porterhouse, and that's the best of both worlds. You've got a tenderloin filet on this side, and then that side you have your New York strip.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So you get kind of two steaks in one. And
Interesting.
Yep.
That's very cool. That's very cool. Well, I got to ask, we are in the month of June, approaching the end of the month of June, believe it or not. How you guys do weddings over at High Point? How's that going?
good. We cater weddings on and off site. We do rehearsal dinners and other events like that as well. So it's going well.
What's the best way for somebody to get in touch with somebody at High Point if they are interested in having you guys cater or hosting a rehearsal dinner?
We have a website, and you can go on our website, and we have our catering menu along with our normal menu and hours of operation. Or you can give us a call, and we can help walk through it with you as well.
Okay. Can people still book for the month of July, or are you still have
Yeah,
openings
there's
there?
still openings for
Okay.
this year. So.
All right, so some things to think about.
Yep,
then. Very
absolutely.
good. How are we coming with that steak?
It's getting
smelling
close.
Really good here.
Yep.
Okay. And Kaz, I hear that you have nitro tea. Tell us a little bit about what that is.
So we just got it about 2 days ago.
Uh-huh.
It's from Cadence, who
Okay.
they've been on the show with us, and they do
Sure.
the nitro cold brew, and now they have nitro tea. So it's actually tea on tap, and with this really hot weather that we've been having, it's just so refreshing, and
Yeah.
we're having fun playing with it and coming up with new drinks.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
So you actually make different drinks with this tea on tap?
Yeah,
then?
well, you can do it like an Arnold Palmer, but with
Yeah.
nitro tea, so it's kind of got like a carbonation to it.
Oh, wow, okay. Very
It's
interesting.
very good.
Well, I've never tried nitro
Yeah.
tea. I'll have to try that. One of the things I love about Rosie's is the different ways that you make coffee over there. I'm always just so fascinated by that. Whether it's the pour-over method, you guys do French press too. Just about any way you can imagine, that's the way that they do it over there. So, all right, has it stopped moving?
Yeah, I think it is. Yep, I think it's ready.
Okay, well, I'm going to give this a try because I want to try. Now, this is, remind me what cut this is?
This is a ribeye.
This is the ribeye,
Yep.
and that goes well with the this one.
Peanut
Peanut
butter
butter
mousse,
mousse,
Okay.
yes.
All right.
Yep.
I'm going to give that a try. I'm going to bring this over here. We'll kind of see if we can pair those together.
They look nice together.
They do look
Yeah.
nice together. I'm going to have to give this a try now. We're going to try the steak. Oh yeah, this is perfect. Just the way I like it. It's got good flavor. Now, do you serve the dessert with this steak typically?
Yes, you have
It's
to.
usually afterwards?
Yeah, it's afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they could if you
Yeah.
asked. It could be a new trend.
There you go.
Anything goes good with this.
Yeah.
This is really good. Chocolate peanut butter mousse. Well, Kaz, Kaz and Richard, thank you so much for joining us today. Great job. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
And don't go away. There's more Restaurant Show coming up after the break. Coming up next on the Restaurant Show, smoked salmon Benedict and Bloody Marys with Club Tavern. And welcome back to the Restaurant Show. We know it's going to be a great episode of the Restaurant Show whenever we have Club Tavern on. And we're joined now by two new faces from Club Tavern. This is Audrey and Allie. Welcome to the Restaurant Show.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, good to have you with us. Good to have Club Tavern and your delicious food on. So let's talk a little bit about what you're going to be making today. So Allie, you're starting off by frying an egg there, I see. What are we making?
Yeah, so we're going to make our smoked salmon Benedict. It's on our new breakfast menu.
Okay.
So we have our smoked salmon that's smoked in-house here, and then we also have our homemade hollandaise sauce. I'm just going to kind of fry some eggs up and plate it up for you guys.
Okay, great. Smoked salmon Benedict. So other than the fact that it's smoked salmon, what sets this apart from other Benedicts?
So we are really focusing on fresh ingredients.
Okay.
So like I said before, everything is made in-house. So the smoked salmon is smoked in-house. Our hollandaise sauce is made fresh before every breakfast. So every Friday you come in is made that day. Every Saturday you come in, it was made that day.
Oh, that's good to know.
All of our eggs are obviously fried to order. Sure. So I think that it kind of gives it a little bit extra.
Fresh, fresh, fresh.
Yes.
So important, and something you wouldn't expect necessarily going into a place like Club Tavern.
Right.
But it's really good food, and it is fresh, and that makes a difference.
Yes.
So obviously we're going to wait for the eggs to cook here, but we're also going to be talking beverages because Club Tavern is also known not just for food, but for great beverages as well. So what can you recommend for us to pair with something like this, with the smoked salmon Benedict?
Well, breakfast, you got to have a bloody, right? So
Sure.
I always recommend a Bloody Mary with this. We have kind of like a smoky creaminess going on with the breakfast, and then when you
Okay.
have a nice spicy bloody with it,
Okay.
you're kind of hitting across the board on the food palette there. So definitely always go with the Bloody Mary.
So smoky and creamy goes well with the spicy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So Audrey, I think that's going to be kind of your wheelhouse here.
Yes.
Is doing the Bloody Mary. So how do we make this Bloody Mary? What are you? Is this anything special today, or is this just kind of your standard Bloody Mary?
This is a Cajun Bloody Mary. We actually have an absolute infused vodka.
Okay.
It's got that New Orleans beet, and it's a homemade blend of spices that make it a unique treat.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we rim the glass.
Sure. What is that? So
That's the lemon pepper
that's the
seasoning
leather-
that we rim
okay.
it with, yes.
Got it. Okay.
Put a little Worcestershire,
Okay.
a couple shakes of pepper,
Sure.
little celery salt,
Okay. Ooh. Is that Tabasco?
little shot of Tabasco in
All
it.
right. All right.
And then this is the infused absolute vodka.
Okay.
So
all
we
right.
pour some of that in there.
All right.
Then I'll add some tomato juice. And we will garnish it with our pickles,
All right.
an
These look like the
olive.
fresh pickles too.
Yes, they are. A piece of fresh mozzarella cheese.
Oh, all right.
And then we also add a lemon and a lime.
Okay. Fantastic. You need help reaching that at all?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that looks delicious. And then the sandwich part of it is coming right along.
Yep.
And typically you want to have the yolk a little runny like that?
Yeah, so most places poached eggs. Our customers aren't really big poached eggs people, so
Really?
we just fry them however you like. We
Okay.
can poach them for you if you like, but a lot of people like
Okay.
the fried egg on here.
Okay.
And just smother it with that homemade hollandaise sauce. The more sauce, the better. That's my motto.
That sauce, you gotta have the sauce. Sauce is the boss, isn't that the thing?
Exactly. And just a little green onion on top.
Sure. So real quick before we try that, I just want to ask, what do you think, Audrey, makes a really great Bloody Mary?
The Tabasco in the Worcestershire and how much seasoning you put in it.
Sure, so there's a definite ratio.
Yes.
Okay. And you're going to give away that secret today?
Not my secret, no.
Not your secret to give, okay. Are there other kinds of Bloody Marys that Club Tavern offers?
There are. There's a citrus Bloody Mary that we use absolute citron with. There's a classic, which we just use a rail vodka.
Okay.
There's an Irish one where we use a Jameson whiskey.
Highly recommended.
So, which is
Okay.
really good.
Yeah,
a lot of
it's
people
really, really
really
good.
like that one. And there's a Bloody Maria, which we use Patron tequila in. So,
Oh, wow, all right.
yeah, that one's really good too.
Okay, all very good. They all sound delicious. Let's talk a little bit about football season, because believe it or not, it's coming up. It's going to be here before we know it. Preseason starts yet this month. Packers games.
Yes.
What sorts of specials do you guys have going on for Packers games?
So in the kitchen, we got 75-cent wings. We have $6 crunchy deluxe burgers, which are fantastic. We top them with a sour cream and onion ruffle, actually.
Okay.
And then we have 75-cent Shorties and Miller in the bar, and you can also get a pitcher of Miller for $6.
Wow.
So we'll feed and drink you.
Okay. Yeah. Feed and drink, yeah, I like that. I like that. So when you say the crunchy burger, is that because of it's actually potato chips?
Yeah, so it's got potato chips, bacon. We got 2 different kinds of cheeses on there. We load it up. It's got a homemade mayo. It's fantastic. For $6 with fries, can't go wrong.
Yeah, $6 with fries, you definitely can't go
We
wrong.
also have an attendance pool that we do. So
Okay.
for Packer and Badger games, every time you show up for a game, you sign your name.
Okay.
And throughout the season, they draw numbers. And
Okay.
at the end of the season, they draw a number, and you can win a big screen TV.
Really?
So they do
All right.
offer stuff like that throughout the football season as well.
So the more times you show up there, the more times you can enter,
Yep.
and obviously that increases your chances of winning there.
Exactly.
So, wow. Okay. Fantastic. Well, how do people usually eat this sandwich? Is it done with fork and
Yeah, usually
knife,
going
or-
with a fork and a knife on
Okay.
that guy, yeah.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and break convention a little bit here and just pick up a piece of it.
Yeah,
if that's
please
okay.
try, yeah.
Look at that. Isn't that delicious? You can still see the yolks right there through the hollandaise sauce. All right, we're going to give this a try. Oops. Lost a little bit of the egg. That's okay. I got some of
Yeah,
that.
at least as long as you try the salmon. Yeah.
Can I just say that's great hollandaise sauce?
Thank you.
And I'm gonna lick my fingers. So if you're in the mood for good food that is made fresh and some great entertainment and a chance to win a big screen TV, head on down to Club Tavern in Middleton. Ladies, thank you so much for joining
Yeah,
us.
dude, thanks
Thanks
for
for
having
having
us.
us.
This has been Allie and Audrey joining us from Club Tavern, and there is more restaurant show coming up after the break, so stick around. Thanks so much for joining me here today on the Restaurant Show. I hope that when you're out and about looking for a place to eat or at the local grocery store, you'll consider any one of these fantastic locally owned businesses. That's all the time we have for today on the Restaurant Show. This is Justin Riley reminding you that life is too short to eat average. We'll see you next time.